Good morning, dear students. Today I'm going to start chapter 4 Civics class 7, that is growing up as boys and girls. In this chapter, you have to study about the growing age of boys and girls, what they do, what kind of activities they do, and what is the status in the society of them. Gender is a social construction through which the social and cultural roles of males and females are defined. In this, you can see gender is a social construction in which the social cultural roles, what type of social and cultural roles they do in the society and how they are recognized in the society. Most of the activities value man and women differently. They are giving less value to the women and more values to the man. Less values to the women. Why? Because they, most of the women, they do household work. They are devalued to that activity. The role women play and the work they do are usually valued less than the roles men play and the work they do. This clears that the fact that man and woman do not have the same status in the society. In this chapter, you have to study the example of growing up in Samoa in the 1920s. What are the things was happening in the Samoa Island uh, for the boys and girls they were growing up and what kind of activities was to be done over there. So the Samoa Island is found in the southern part of Pacific Ocean. In 1920s, children do not go to school. There in 1920s, we are talking about the 1920s, around 100 years back. Children do not go to school on that time on that island. As soon as the babies could walk, their mothers no longer looked after them. Older children, often as young as 5 years old, took over this responsibility. Both boys and girls look after their young siblings. They were just taking care of their young ones. But as soon as a boy is of 9 years, he joined the older boys in learning job like fishing. They when as a boys grown up, and till the age of 9 he joined the older boys in learning job like activity fishing. He just engaged in a fishing activities. Girls continue to look after small children. So in this you have to you can understand the difference or the discrimination between the boy and a girl. You can see the gender discrimination in this. Boy just started to do work as a fishing, and girls only continue to their to looking after the younger ones. So one more time I'm just going to explain in a detail. The Samoa Island are one of the large group of small islands in the southern part of Pacific Ocean. Already I have studied about this. Till the 1920s, children in this island did not go to school. When the baby started walking on own, they were left under the care of their older brother and sister. They were just taking care of their younger ones, and children as old as 5 years looked after their younger siblings. They were just taking care of their younger siblings after attaining 9 years of age. Now we are talking about the boys. Attaining the 9 years of age, boys joined the older boys for outdoor activities. What type of activities they were doing? Already I discussed. They were doing only a fishing activity and planting coconuts. However, girls, what they used to do, they were just taking care of their younger ones. When girls became teenagers, that is 14 years of age, they were allowed more freedom as they could then go for fishing and plantation activities or help their mothers in cooking and so on. It means that when girls reach to the age of 14 years, only that time they got the freedom, and they got the permission to move out to work as a fishing and the plantation activities, or they help their mothers in cooking. Here in this slide, you can understand about the next topic, that is a growing up male in Madhya Pradesh. Now we are taking example of Madhya Pradesh in 1960s. There, from 6th onwards, boys and girls went to separate schools. There were separate schools for them, and the girls' school was designed very different from the boys' school. जो girls' school were there, that was only a closed, there were no open area, and in a boys school there was a large playground and open area were there. We realized that societies make clean distinction between boys and girls. It means our society has made the clean distinction, means there is a discrimination in the boys and girls schools. This begins at a very young age. Boys are usually given cars and girls dolls to play with. It means boys were given cards and other toys to play, and girls were given to dolls to play with. In this, you can see boys and girls were to separate schools. The girls always went to groups. Why they went in the group? Because they were scared to attack or tease from the someone, because they also carried fears of being teased or attacked. We find distinctions between boys and girls in our society. This begins from a very young age. Boys are often taught to be tough. क्या उनको सिखाया जाता था? They should to be a tough and serious, while girls are taught to be soft and mild.